Getting right. Getting right. And just that phrase, getting right. It's been a long time. I've been sober a long time. And I recently kind of dipped back into just, drinking and smoking a little weed, smoking some ciggies, and just kind of like, after 5, 6 years of steering clear of bars, steering clear of booze, steering clear of hangovers, steering clear of, a nightcap or a glass of wine or a shot of whiskey or a beer or 3 dozen beers or whatever. Let's play a round of billiard, whatever. And that culture is so seductive, but it just takes you down the same tired road, and it's just diminishing returns. It doesn't give anything back, and the scar tissue that develops over time based on the sleepy, tired, grumpy, the life force that it steals, creates this deep layer of neglect and resentment and denial, and it's like unfulfilled potential. There's nothing worse for the human spirit than unfulfilled potential. Like knowing something could have been better than what it was or is. And so getting right is a process. And what it does for you is profound. Things start to build in exponential ways beyond your wildest dreams. The dark nooks and crannies, the voids, the vacuums of vapid, lonely, destructive, angry, self-pitying, get full of light. And then when your cup is full, there's no room for that other destructive energy to come in. In fact, your cup is overflowing with light. And it starts to kind of ooze down the side of the glass. And then you have ample for other people. And you can't help but finish projects. You can't help but see new potentials. And it's these sober people that I encounter now that are slowly but surely realizing their dreams. And it it doesn't necessarily need to be about sobriety. That was just my own personal path, because booze just really took me down in a very... I just couldn't turn it off. I was one of these guys that would end up wanting more and more and more, chasing this the diminishing returns, the high that's just like just out of grasp, and not like you're so hell-bent on chasing it that you don't see the destruction that you're waging on the world around you. And then how do you repair when you're hungover? Because you can't see that there's so many blind spots. You can't even see them. And how do you fill that karmic hole that with a broken body? It leaves you unable. It's just you're always accruing debt, and it's the promise that it get beautiful. They make these glasses so gorgeous, like these tumblers and these like crystal, and a highball, and the color of the liquid and the smell and the way the light plays, and the promise that this beautiful little glass of ambrosia, the promise that it gives is this relaxed, pain-free, cut-loose window. It's like the end of a day. It's like a sunset. It's the sense of arrival. You just like, I've arrived. And you've pulled it to your lips and you let it slide down your throat, and it warms every corner and shimmers like the sun. And you gulp it, and it is so, it feels so nurturing and nourishing on this spiritual level, deeply humbling supercharge of tingling warmth. It's like a glass of sunshine, and it wipes away all the worry and all the care and all the tension. Just melts. It's like putting a stick of butter right on the stove there, on a skillet, as it's just starting to kind of get warm. And by the time the skillet gets up to temperature, you just have a pool of butter. And you're reduced to that pool of butter. Shimmering fat, quaking there in your boots with this liquid courage. And what do you do with that when you have no sense of judgment? You just can't help it. You can't help destroying everything you love. That was my path with booze. I just couldn't help it. I could not help hurting the people around me. I could not help. Just, it was like napalm to trust, like, the trust I had developed and built with friends and family and loved ones and significant others, and I would just piss it down the drain. And then I would have nothing in the tank for days. Just, for the days that you're supposed to be repairing, apologizing, facing, owning up, would just be a pathetic haze. And God forbid you did a little cocaine. Some ecstasy, or a bit of meth, or mix some psychedelics in there, and suddenly you take a bong hit, and you think you're all that. You think you're somebody. It becomes pure, unadulterated, like, identity on steroids, with this vanity and this unfulfilled sense of potential turns inside out, and you become this raging, misunderstood, I'm just speaking for myself here. I'm using the you as a mirror for myself. Looking into the mirror, and I'm saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying you to myself. So, anywho, whatever. Now I'm sober, and I'm just like astounded, when you spend your entire adult life completely fucked up. It's astounding to see how the other half's been living. I went to a bar with a friend tonight. I had a mocktail, and it just made everything so nice. To have a bubbly, sweet little minty, bitter, kind of delicious, effervescent, icy cold drink that you sip out of a straw. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. But I have these strong memories, and I do remember the fetish. And whatever, it's a lifetime ago now. Literally. I think when you go 7 years, it's like you regenerate all the cells in your body. It's literally the old me. I'm talking about the old version of me. Version whatever, 12 of me. I'm fucking 14 now or something. Whatever. Why am I talking? I'll shut up. Peace.